The validation of a level 4 or even level 5 autonomous vehicle requires a lot of testing in a virtual environment, but how many tests do we need, and can cloud computing help us to address these complexity challenges? My name is Markus Groß from Berlin, and today I want to talk about this with Dr. Tino Teige, our Chief Research Director here at our headquarters in Oldenburg.
Hi Markus!
Hi Tino. So, how much do we need to test to get some confidence in our system?
So one important metric here is the ODD coverage, and ODD stands for Operational Design Domain. So that means the scope in which the autonomous vehicle is operating. So and basically we have a list of parameters inside the ODD, for instance like certain traffic situations, weather conditions, road geometry and so on, for which we need to show a sufficient test coverage.
Okay, and well, we need to show that we have tested all parameter combinations, right?
Yeah, if you do that in this naive way, then you immediately run into a test explosion problem.
And we can solve this complexity problem by running our simulation in the cloud, massive parallelization, some people say at least. What do you think?
It's not that easy. So let's have a small exercise to get a feeling for the needed resources. So let's be optimistic and say that our ODD consists of 100 parameters. And each parameter can take 3 different values.
Also very optimistic.
Yes. And this will lead into 1 octillion test scenarios. And octillion means 10 to the power of 48.
Okay, sounds like we need a big cloud.
Yeah. So now let's be much more optimistic and say that we need just 1 second for 1 simulation, and we have 1 million cores for parallel computing. So then the total simulation time would be 10 to the power of 33 years.
Okay, so that sounds like we have a little time to market problem, obviously.
Yeah, that's way longer than the age of the universe. And Markus, because I like you, I have another comparison for you. So do you know this famous brown garden snail? So this nice animal here?
I have a lot of them, yeah in my garden.
And the time this snail needs to cross the universe is 10 to the power of 21 years. And thus much faster than we need to test the 1 octillion test scenarios.
Okay, so this brute force approach to test scenarios for all parameter combinations doesn't seem to work, even with massive cloud-based computing power.
Yes, so we need a much smarter approach and to test less, so I would say orders of magnitude less test scenarios, while still getting a sufficient confidence and ODD coverage. And that's exactly what we have been working on.
Okay, and our colleague Dr. 𝗃𝗵𝗋 will talk about this in our next video blog. So if you don't want to miss that, then follow us on LinkedIn and YouTube.